I feel like people who receive my letter are going to have two different reactions. One, they're going to think to themselves, wow, this guy's telling the truth because I know enough to know that this sounds factual. I'm in law enforcement. I know this is true. And two, they're going to go, after they watch my videos, they are going to think, how in the world are you saying that the CIA released a bioweapon and that the United States is responsible for a bioweapon? And by the way, I didn't say the CIA did it. I just said I'm affiliated with the CIA and that someone affiliated with it, and I didn't even say that the person who released it is American. And I feel like if there's any group of people that know that the bioweapon, that COVID-19 didn't come from a Chinese laboratory, it's the Chinese, and I'm just saying that, like, if we're accusing the Chinese of releasing a bioweapon when they didn't do it, that could be bad. Seriously, it could be very bad because some of us actually want China on our side for World War III. And some of us believe that World War III needs to happen because we think the only way to save the planet is World War III. And so when I talk about going to war, I'm not talking about just going to take oil. I'm talking about going to kill people, because the reality is that killing people is one of the best ways to save the planet. Every person who's alive on the planet consumes oil. That's just how it works. Some people consume more oil than others. But you have to understand, I realize that it is not intuitive to think that COVID-19 came from the United States. Why? Because we have all the cases. China somehow doesn't have the cases, even though it's way more densely populated. India has less cases than us, even though it's way more densely populated. They have way more people. Like, the reason that poor people get COVID-19 more in the United States than rich people is because they're close together. They're clustered together. They tend to live in houses that have more people stuffed into them, and they also have to work a lot more. But I also recognize that the truth a lot of the time doesn't make sense. You know, usually true stories aren't, well, that's logical. True stories are like, and then I found $5. You know, that's kind of how true stories are. Is like weird stuff happens throughout the story. I just saw this article in the Atlantic that says how Iowa escaped a fourth COVID-19 surge. And there's a picture of a store that says Ben Franklin on it, which makes me think that there were people in Iowa that were following me, and there were all these people that decided to take it more seriously because of me. And then in other states where people have not known that I existed, they didn't take COVID-19 very seriously. And I think that's pretty likely, actually. I don't know for sure. I know that my mom's from Iowa, and I thought that I had a lot of followers from Iowa when I was running for president. I even thought I won one delegate, and then it was like censored. He's not allowed to win a delegate. I'm not 100% sure if that's true. I know one thing is that I am lied to for specific reasons, and I agree with my people lying to me because I don't want to lie. I'd prefer for them to lie to me and for me to repeat lies so that I'm telling the truth when I'm lying, because if I lie, then I'm a bad liar. But if I think I'm telling the truth, then I'm a good liar. And the truth is that I knew that COVID-19, it wasn't called COVID-19 back then. I knew that a bioweapon was being released in probably, I think, September. And then like it didn't even hit the world stage until February. So that's the truth. And that's why it's not very hard to convince me that someone released COVID-19 and COVID-19 is not a natural occurrence. And that's why it's not very hard to convince me that Pfizer and AstraZeneca are both going to kill people. Like both those vaccines are going to be worse than the disease. And I know if there's anything I know in my entire life is that my people are more advanced in science and in computers and a lot of other things than the general population. It's night and day. And if my people tell me that the Pfizer vaccine and AstraZeneca vaccines are super dangerous, I agree with them. And that's why I'm on Team Moderna for sure, without a doubt. That's the one I'm going to take if I ever get a chance to take it. I don't know how I'm ever going to figure out how to take it because every state has their own website. We don't have a central website that is a landing page. You can have other websites that it goes to. Here's where you fill out the form. But it needs to have one website that has your where to get tested, where to get vaccinated. Here's where you sign up. It doesn't, and it will, when you say you're going to sign up, it will automatically look at your IP address and go, okay, this is an IP address located in Kansas. I'm going to send you to Kansas's page to submit a request to get vaccinated. But everyone wants to make sure that signing up for the COVID-19 vaccine is very difficult. I read an article that says that at the current rate of vaccinations, the world will reach herd immunity in 7 years. So if we think that COVID-19 is almost over, like everyone wants it to be over, I want it over. Please let it be over. I want everything over. You have no idea. I am a rat in a cage right now. I am trapped. The moment that judge said, I'm releasing you into the custody of the state or something like that. I'm rendering you. I can't remember how he said it. The moment he said that, I was like, oh, I'm at my house. I wish I had been in court somewhere else, because I do not want to go to, you have to understand, the last thing I want to do is be caged up and drugged. I'm a sober person. I feel like I'm fine sober. I'm in a cage right now because I'm afraid someone's going to murder me, because let's face it, they've tried it before in this state. This state is the dangerous state for me. And I know that because my hood went through my windshield, because the last time I drove from Texas to Colorado, someone was waiting for me in my lobby to tell me that I needed to go to the emergency room because I'd been poisoned. You have to understand, this state, I have very bad associations with this state, even though it's the most beautiful state in the world, even though it's I love this state. People are so nice here. People are so wonderful. It's a terrible, terrible place. So anyways, I realized that that saying that COVID-19 is a bioweapon is problematic. But my opinion is we need to go partner with people that are on our side. We're all going to be on each other's side, and then we need to go out and kill people together and get this thing over with faster. And at that point, hopefully my people will release a form of the virus that makes you actually immune to the virus, to all forms of COVID-19 mutations. But who knows? I got it already. I got it in February. Everyone else knows. I don't know. I don't even know when I got it, because I wasn't paying attention at that point. I didn't even think about the fact that I was being vaccinated. But I was sick like a dog for 9 days. It was brutal. Very, very lung sick. Yeah. I'm sorry that I'm the bringer of bad news. I'm kind of tired of doing my job. My mom yesterday was like, you don't work for the government. You don't do psychological warfare. You don't make any money. And I told her, I was like, do you really think I could do my job if I had a title from the government? Psychological warfare person that works for the government. Trust us. He's doing psychological warfare. He has a title for the government, but somehow he's still doing. I could never do psychological warfare if I actually worked for the government. I can never say the things I do if I actually worked for the government. If I was on paper working for the government, it would never work. The last thing I could ever do is that, but I'm talking too much. I'm going to go. I hope you guys have a good weekend.